Well, we've all been sent questionable messages purportedly from our bank, but while most know by now that it's fake, many people still fall for them. And to tell us how to avoid these scams, we speak to Ulrich Janse Van Rensburg, Head of Fraud Strategy at Absa Bank. Mr. Van Rensburg, thank you so much for joining us. I'm amazed how many people, my mum, for instance, she keeps on getting these things, and I keep on saying to her, Mum, just don't respond to these things. But then I know people, younger people who are falling for these scams too. New scams are popping up all the time.
Yeah, they do. Thanks for having us. So new scams do present itself, but I think at the end of the day, the modus operandi at the back end of the scam remains the same. It just presents itself in a different form. So your typical scams that you would get is what we refer to as digital scams, which refers to your e-commerce scams and online banking scams. You also find that account detail changes are being presented to businesses, and businesses then make payments into the wrong account. And then something that is also prevalent in this industry these days is what we refer to as card swapping at ATMs.
How prevalent and how successful are some of these scams? And what is the likelihood and the onus, really, on the banks to give you your money back?
So the likelihood of this happening is slim in certain instances and significant in others. But the consumers at the end of the day are being targeted by the criminals and syndicates, and the likelihood of this happening in for instance, a digital landscape is significant. However, the banks are investing significant amounts of money to protect our consumers, and at the end of the day, we consider each and every case and on its own merit, and it depends on the circumstances when we arrive at a decision to support the customer.
Mr. Janse Van Rensburg, as the head of a fraud division, do you online bank? Do you pay for things online? And do you tap your card at the shop?
Yes, I do. I'm knowing what we have to offer as a bank. The channels are extremely secure, and the banks are investing a significant amount of money to roll out the best-in-class controls out there. So we do encourage our customers to trust the process and adopt the latest controls. So adopt the latest banking apps that your bank has offered. At Absa, we also offer what we refer to as a digital warranty, and that's how confident we are that the controls that we roll out to our customers to transact online and to perform a tap and pay at the point of sale device are secure. So we are very comfortable that the controls that we have to our customers are secure enough to support them.
Quick last question. If you do have these security measures in place, and I have no doubt that you do your best, why are people still getting scammed?
So I think social engineering is what we refer to as the term where criminals deceive customers or consumers out there. So they present themselves as a legitimate party, and then based on that, they get the consumers to cooperate in a way. And the typical ones would be a phone call to a consumer, and then they encourage them. First of all, they create trust. So they present themselves as a representative of a bank. They present information that is known to the consumers, and then based on that, they create panic. And once they create the panic, the consumer is willing to participate to avoid potential risk. And in those instances, they then ask the consumers to disclose information.
All right, that was Head of Fraud Strategy at Absa Bank, Ulrich Janse Van Rensburg. Thank you so much there for